Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I am here today to review Cassanos Pizza King. And yes, we tried this place. We will be trying all the pizza places, at least all the ones in, I don't know, around in the areas and stuff. Yeah. So I was really excited to try this place because I had never really heard of it before. I didn't really know much about it, and I thought, ooh, maybe this is actually like secretly really, really good. We went to one in one city, and we have one in our city. They're kind of like they're a little bit far away, but not too far away. And I actually got a delivery from each one and delivered them. So I was really excited to finally go here and try this pizza. And I also got a spaghetti order. It was for someone who actually is in one of he lives in one of the apartments near us. So he lives in the same apartment complex. So I was really kind of like, ooh, maybe this place is really secretly perfection. But it's it's a it's a mixed bag. I'll say that. That's my overall immediate review. It's very much a mixed experience. So first off, I gotta complain about the website. The website for Cassanos Pizza King is trash. It is so confusing, and it is so outdated, and it is so just it's limited too. That's the other weird thing. I went to get a build your own hand tossed pizza, and you can only get that in large size. Yet when you order a build your own thin crust pizza, it might I think you can get any other size too. Small, personal, medium, large, extra large. So I thought it was very strange that you can only get a large hand-tossed pizza. So I got a large hand-tossed pizza with half pepperoni, mushrooms, and olives. That's our standard order, I guess, to review these pizza places. And I also got a Pepsi, and I also got spaghetti. I was really curious to try the spaghetti because that one guy, that's all he got. He just got spaghetti and meatballs and I think breadsticks, and that's it. And that's another issue that I have, is that when I get into this pizza place finally, they give me the spaghetti and there's nothing that comes with it. There's no Parmesan cheese in a cup. There's no butter that they give you. There's no garlic bread that they give you. And I thought, okay, well, actually, this is a step down from Napoli's, because at least at Napoli's, they give you all that garlic bread. I mean, a ton of garlic bread. So, yeah, but now here's the funny part. I go into this place. I already think that this place is kind of strange, especially the one that I went to, the way that the store, the layout of the store, because right when you walk in, there's this big barrier with these tables, and it's so people could be sitting there eating at these tables, and customers will walk in right next to you in this very uncomfortable way. And the barrier is right next to the bathrooms, and that's another weird thing. It is so strange. And then right behind the barrier is the front counter, but nobody's ever really at the front counter. They're always in the back in the kitchen area. But it's very close and intimate in a bad way, and a way where it just feels I wish there was more space here. I wish it was more spread out, let's just say. Because there's a big dining room where no one was, no one was there. Everyone just came in and picked up their orders and left. So, yeah, I could not see eating inside a Cassanos Pizza King. But then again, Domino's, you cannot eat in there at all, unfortunately. I think that that's a shame, too. I think that, like, these pizza places that they don't have, like, in fact, I'm thinking now, a lot of these pizza places are like that. A lot of them are very much like you just go in there, pick it up, and leave. That I never realized that before. Wow. You know, Papa John's, Cousin Benny's, Domino's, Jets. I mean, wow. Well, actually, Jets depends because, yeah, I think you can eat inside in some Jets. But wow. That's kind of strange. I wish that they had, like, indoor seating for Papa John's and Domino's because it would be a good place to take a date. You know, like, what can if you had a date and you got pizza, you'd have to take them to, like, a park or something. Safi and I actually went to a park. We went to a park 2 weeks ago to eat our lunch. It was like the most awkward experience of all time because it's like a weekday and there was just like kids everywhere all over this park, and we were just sitting there eating our food, and like parents were coming in there and like taking stuff away like they were like hesitant that we might steal it or something. It was very bizarre. But that was a little tangent there because I just thought about that. Like, pizza places need seating. Pizza places need to be a restaurant. I genuinely believe that. Like, Napoli's Pizza, of all places, has seating, and it has a juicy redhead. Unfortunately, Cassanos also has a different kind of juicy redhead. It has a juicy redhead guy, and it's I guess if any girls are out there that like redhead guys, I mean, you go to Cassanos Pizza and you will get to see this guy because he is like the most hilarious. These people who worked in this Cassanos Pizza, I'm not trying to get personal. I'm paying them compliments, but they were just like complete caricatures. Like, you had the one guy, he had like a beer gut, and he looked very, very much like a character out of a Seth MacFarlane cartoon, you know, like Family Guy or some shit. And so I go into this place, and there's this guy working in the kitchen, and he looks like Jason Mewes from Kevin Smith movies. And it's just those two guys. It's like, oh shit, you know. And right off the bat, I go to the counter, and I hear in the kitchen Jason Mewes Jr. He says, "Oh shit, I put all the toppings on the entire pizza. I was, And I didn't hear what the manager said, but, like, I just thought that was hilarious. Like, it was like, oh no, like, I wonder if that's mine. And it was mine. So I literally walked in right when I got to hear that they made this big mistake, like, and I was like, wow, that is comedic timing right there. Like, this is like an episode of fucking Seinfeld or some shit. And so then this guy, the portly ginger, he comes out because he didn't know who I was at the time. So this is like classic suspense. This is classic Hitchcock suspense. And he comes up to the counter, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. You know, Safi and Marco dish out on movies. And he's like, okay. And he walks back into the kitchen. And there was this moment where he stood there next to Jason Mewes Jr. And he had this long, hard realization. He sighed too. You know, like SIGH. Like, he was like, and he was like, and so he came back out, and he was like, so we had a little mishap with the pizza. And he explained it to me, and I was like, okay, that's okay. And he apologized to me like 10 times, so he really was sorry, or at least he wanted to make sure that I knew that he was sorry, so that I wouldn't give him a bad review. And so then he's like, okay, it's okay. It's okay, Jason Mewes Jr. And Jason Mewes Jr. was like, it's okay? It's okay? And he's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And he grabbed the pizza away from him and there's also this little window to the kitchen. So he grabbed it through the window. And then I saw my spaghetti sitting over on the oven. And he was like, okay, now get the spaghetti too. We also get one spaghetti. And he's like, and Jason Mewes Jr., this was the point where the manager probably realized that this guy is less competent than Barney Fife, and he's probably going to have to fire him at some point. Because Jason Mewes Jr., he has the order. He knows, like, the order's on the computer, most likely. And so, but for some reason, he's like, what? Just the spaghetti? Do I put anything on it? And the manager was like, no, nothing on it. He's like, okay, don't put anything on it. And he's like, yeah, nothing on it. And then he handed it to him. It's like, it's so bizarre. And that was the moment I realized there wouldn't be any garlic bread. And I was like, oh, like, really? If I had known that, I would have guilt-tripped the manager into giving me garlic bread. Like, just one order of breadsticks or garlic bread or something, because it completes the experience. I didn't even get any meatballs. I got spaghetti without the balls. Who wants to eat spaghetti? Not meat sauce, just spaghetti. Who wants to eat spaghetti without the balls? Okay? So I took it, I left, I was like, okay. I don't think this pizza's going to be the best one. I think that this is very much like a sign that this pizza is subpar. So I get home, and I open up the pizza box, and I'm like, damn, this pizza is so wet. It is like WAP, wet ass pizza. It is a wet ass pizza with just grease, just seeping out of the cheese. There's so much grease. It's like those guys in high school who had the bad acne all over their face that they wouldn't get, like, you know, and I had really bad acne and I got Epiduo. I was actually like one of the experiment kids for Epiduo, and it completely cured this terrible acne that could have become ice pick scarring. And so, like, but yeah, like, so this pizza, it looked very cheap and very generic. But I held out hopes. That maybe this is a diamond in the rough. And the rough being this Seth MacFarlane skit that they got going on at the actual pizza place. So then, I gotta say, I tried it. There were some surprising bits about it. I think that there is some spice in the sauce. The sauce is not too sugary. But there's like a weird layer of like a spice, and I don't know if it's like salty or like spicy, but it's strange because it's very noticeable, but I can't really tell what it is. And so I thought that the sauce was pretty good. The cheese was actually, I think, the best part, but the big problem was there was not enough cheese. It felt like a very thin layer of cheese. So, like, the cheese was so thin that it basically came all the way right off when you ate the toppings, like, ate with the pizza. And so, I think that's a sign of bad pizza. Then, when I got towards the end of the pizza to the crust, I was really, like, upset because I was like, oh no, this is going to be generic, boring Papa John's cardboard crust. But somehow, surprisingly, it was seasoned. It was kind of salty, too. It had some salt and some spices on it. And not to the level of Domino's, though. But still, there was some spice there. So I appreciated that. I felt like that was like a miracle, honestly, like for the pizza, or else it would have gotten a bad grade. Or at least like a mediocre grade. Then I tried a bite of the spaghetti. And The noodles are better than Napoli's because the Napoli's noodles were thick. They were thick and fat. They were too big. But the noodles at Cassano's, they're actually decent, and they were well cooked to where, I just had a temporary crown put in. My mouth is still kind of sore. I got it late last week, and so I've been dealing with that, and it just sucks so bad because it's on the side where I chew on, or where I like to chew on, and so I've just been dealing with that, and so I'm always like thankful for the foods that are like easier to chew and stuff because, my mouth is still sore and it's been a pain the last week or so, just like dealing with that and everything, and having to review this bad pizza. But this wasn't terrible pizza, but the spaghetti, the sauce, it looked like tomato paste. And it very much had the texture and taste of tomato paste, but with spices. At least it wasn't too sugary, but I would say that the Napoli's pizza had better spaghetti. So I'm genuinely I'm kind of in the middle about this pizza, because I think that the pizza itself is better than Napoli's pizza. But at the same time, if I had to choose between both places again, I would rather go to Napoli's. Not just because of the main attraction, but because of the pizza as well. The spaghetti, I mean, or maybe the calzones. But like, so I mean, Cassanos, I would just summarize and say it was a mixed bag. I would not recommend it because also it was extremely expensive. The pizza itself cost $30. Way, way, way too expensive for this pizza. It looks like a medium too. It's not even a large. It's a medium. So I think it's way too expensive. You could go to Domino's and get the same. You could get a large pizza for probably like $20, $18 or something. You could get a medium that's the same size as this for less. Go to Domino's. Go to Napoli's. Go to Jets. Well, actually, if you go to Jets, only get the Detroit pizza because I did not try the regular pizza, so I cannot vouch for it. I remember it being very mediocre, But yeah, I was kind of disappointed in Cassanos. I think that the experience of being in there was a lot more enjoyable than the actual pizza, just because the experience was funny. But I would not go to Cassanos again. And also, I forgot the biggest issue that I had with the pizza, because I have still not graded the pizza. That is for a reason. The pizza, it got cold. We only had to drive like 15 minutes to get home, and it got cold in that span of time. We did not have that issue with any of the other pizzas that we got. So I think that is a major, major downfall. Because it was fresh out of the oven. It was right out of the oven. But somehow this pizza, it got cold really, really fast. And just cold pizza, unless it's really good. Unless it's like Papa John's is good when it's cold. But Cassanos, So I'm going to give Cassanos, I'm going to give their pizza a C+. And that's being generous. I'm not happy with this pizza. It is not because they screwed up the pizza. It's because I did not like it. I did not like the spaghetti. And now I have to eat the whole thing tomorrow for lunch. And so actually, I'm going to lower this grade down to a C-. Because overall, I am actually going to rank this lower than Napoli's because, for obvious reasons. And also just because, like, this pizza is not worth the price. And actually, in thinking about it, rethinking about it, I am going to have to give this pizza a D minus, because there is no way that you can justify spending $30 on the pizza that I got tonight. And I know that that was probably the most savage, brutal review that I've done so far, but if there's a pizza that's worse, I'm going to go hella hard on them, and I'm going to be really, really brutal to them. Because honestly, like, if I were to be nice, I would give this pizza a B or a B minus, but it's the fact that it got cold and it cost way too much, and they wouldn't let you just get like a medium, build your own hand-tossed crust. I think that that's a ripoff. It's like, oh, you want to go here and eat our food? Oh, well, if you want to get a custom pizza, which every single pizza place in America has, you can only get a large pizza. That is just a complete and utter failure. And speaking of ripoff, no breadsticks or garlic bread with the spaghetti? Are you serious? And then I did not know the spaghetti would not have meat sauce. I thought that it would be meat sauce, but it was just regular sauce with no meat. So I was thoroughly disappointed with Cassanos Pizza King. I would not return. Even if I got a discount or whatever for my next order, I would not return. So please like this video, comment. I know that I was a little mean in this video, so I don't really care. And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more honest pizza reviews. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.